Alright guys, this is our first video together. I'm Samantha. This is Rudy. He's so mad that he's doing this with me. Alright, so today we have a Q&A for interracial couples. So we're going to read off some questions, but first we're going to tell you a little bit about our family. So we've been married for 10 years. We just celebrated on April 20th. We have 3 children. Zion is our oldest, Landon is our middle child, and PJ is our baby. And so there's been a whole lot of crap going on in the world. A lot of Facebook hate, a lot of just hate in general. And so I guess we just want to combat some of that. And these are the most frequently asked questions for biracial couples. So let me pull this up. I'm going to do lots of editing on this video, but whatever. Let's see. All right. So the first question is, all right, so I'll ask Rudy. All right. So do you date people who are exclusively white? Do you just date white women?
That's kind of a loaded question since I've only went and dated white women. However, it's not because that's the only race that I'm interested in. It's just the only race I ended up dating because that's just how life ended up working.
Okay, so I prefer black men, but I have dated white men. But with Rudy, it really isn't about race. It's just more about who he was as a person. And that's pretty much the same way about me, right? Who
Yeah.
was as a person. Okay. So then it says, okay, so the next question is, what do your parents think? So, Rudy, you want to take that one and give your little family history? Because I asked him this question.
Yes, this runs deep. I am far from the first person in my family to go and be in an interracial relationship. In fact, on my mom's side of the family, only my mom and my older sister were in relationships with people of the same race. My mom went and had 3 marriages with, unfortunately, my stepfather dying coming on 3 years now, and my sister with her husband. Besides that, like, all of my uncles and aunts went and married and were in interracial relationships, so it's nothing to do with me.
And we should also point out that Rudy is not 100% black. So Rudy, you want to take it away? No, tell them.
Yeah, my grandfather was Hispanic, and I also have a great-grandmother who was Native American, so I am a mutt.
As well as I am, and that's another point we'd like to make, is that nobody is purebred, so people need to stop. Okay, so what did my parents think? All right, so
Your mom acted crazy.
When does she not? Love you, Mom. But, so I actually asked Rudy this, because we dated over the internet for a year. We met through some mutual friends. His best friend from high school and my best friend from high school got together and had a kid and introduced us to one another. And so I asked him, like, what is your family going to think? And he thought it was funny because of what he just explained. So he sent me some family photos, and everybody was pretty much like light brown. So the same complexion our children are. It's pretty cool, actually. So my family really didn't care because my little brother, who is practically adopted, he is black, and so it didn't really bother us. Your parents, your mom and Parker were actually concerned, though, what my parents were going to think.
Well, same thing with your parents.
Really? Did Mom and Dad say that?
Your mom did.
Okay, so at least my mom was kind of, I guess, freaked out about the situation. I mean, not really freaked out, but she was wondering if everything was going to be okay. So our parents, though, after they met for the first time, I think anybody, though, when you're a couple, like, no matter what your background is, your racial background, I think anybody's parents meeting each other for the first time was kind of nerve-wracking, though.
Yeah.
I would think. Okay. All right. So moving on.
And 10 years later, Your mom still won't talk to mine.
That's another video. Okay, all right. So number 4, did you meet on an interracial dating website? So no, we just kind of went over how we met. I don't know why that's on here. I guess that's in this day and age of the internet. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like internet dating is pretty prevalent this day and age.
Yes.
I mean, gotta remember we're getting old.
Yeah. So okay. So what's your favorite movie with an interracial couple? We've never really talked about that.
The only one that I can go and think of was that Serenity video, that Serenity movie.
Oh.
Because there was that interracial couple in there. And they were pretty cute.
And don't get me wrong, when we see it on commercials and when we see it in movies, like we jump for joy because it's just a new thing that started in commercials just a couple of years ago. Like when I first started noticing it, me and my dad were talking about it, and me and you have talked about it, how like it's more prevalent now than it's ever been. And we're really grateful for that because at one point in time, what we're doing now is illegal. Well, was illegal.
Heck, the first time I ever went and noticed an interracial couple on media, it was when I was knee-high to the ceiling fan.
Because he's 6'5".
And it was an old Saban show by the name of Masked Rider, and
most of his references are geeky, by the way.
Yeah. And the main family consisted of a white husband and an Asian wife, which I thought was pretty interesting. On top of that, they also had a white daughter and a black son, which I thought was extremely interesting.
So, fun story, real quick. Okay, so our oldest, Zion, is 7, about to turn 8. And we homeschool now, but he was in public school for like a couple months. And before then, we had seen kids on the playground and all kinds of stuff, and I guess he had noticed, like, people of different races and nationalities and stuff. But it had never occurred to him that not everybody's family is biracial. So when he went to school, one of his friends, he came back and he was like, did you know that so-and-so's mommy and daddy are both white? And I was like, oh, cool. And he was like, where do they do that? And I was like, well, Mimi and Poppy, referring to my parents, are both white. And he was like, oh, yeah. So, like, and then he was like, so-and-so's parents are both black. And I was like, sometimes that happens. And so it was just really refreshing, the fact that he just thought that everybody's family was just very culturally mixed. And I think that's awesome. He sees that other families are different, but, like, I guess it didn't hit him that, not everybody's family looks like our family. That we're very blessed to have a family that's, very diverse. So, all right, let's see. So this is more like people make statements like my cousin or insert whatever brother, sister, friend, is in a biracial relationship. So we've heard a lot of people make these statements, right? Like when somebody is comparing, I've heard people say, oh yeah, so-and-so is in a biracial relationship. Like we know another couple who's in a biracial relationship. Yeah. They're another married couple. And we've known a bunch throughout the years. Rodriguez, his wife was white.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Now ex-wife, but yeah, was white.
That still shocks me.
Yeah, so we've known people throughout the years. So I don't know, it's pretty common nowadays, especially where we're from, which is Farmville. I don't know if you checked the name. I'm gonna edit that out.
Yes, it's more than just a game on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh God, we are getting old. Nobody even plays that game anymore. All right. Aren't you worried that your kids won't fit in? Have you ever been worried about that?
Not for being mixed.
Yeah, for other reasons, but for not for being biracial now.
No.
I mean, I know that we talked about it, but I don't think it was something that we were ever scared of. Like, I know I was really curious when we got together, because you were thinking of cute little things to call them. We're one of those people. But
you're one of those people.
You're one of those people. Yeah. But I don't think it was ever a thing. Okay, so what race are your kids? So what do we consider our children?
They are human, first and foremost.
Yeah, like kids are just effing kids. Like, everybody's like, oh, do you raise your kids white or black? I mean, I don't know if it's been personally said to us, but I know that that's a thing, and we raise them like kids. They need love and food and attention and a house and
the occasional beating.
Discipline, yes. All right, so our kids will tell you, though, that they're brown.
Mhm.
They will straight up, like, we've raised them to be like, you're brown. Like, because we don't, I personally find it really disrespectful when somebody who is biracial just claims one of their races.
Obama's not black.
Biracial.
Sorry.
So we're going to say it.
He's not black.
Yeah. Tell them about the tizzy story.
Oh, yes, I have a friend online, Tazara. Love you, little sister, in case you happen to be seeing this.
We're going to tag you.
Anyway, we were talking about Obama, and don't do that. And she was talking about how he was the first black president, and I said, no, he wasn't. And she tried to say, oh, are you saying that his accomplishments didn't mean anything? It's like, oh, no, his accomplishments do mean something. He is the first person of color to be in office. He's the first mixed race person in office. But I'm not going to call him black when his mom's as white as my wife.
And she said, hey, I like your wife. And that was kind of the conversation.
Yeah.
What is the worst racism that we have ever faced?
Appomattox.
The story of the woman looking at us. And we're getting ready to move to Appomattox, too.
I never thought that was going to happen, but hey, I'm getting a whole trailer as a man cave, so sometimes you got to sacrifice.
Okay, so Appomattox, Virginia, where Lee surrendered to Grant. Anyway,
where history refuses to die.
Okay, so
also in Farmville, Virginia.
Awesome, but so this is where the Confederacy kind of died. And so there's still a lot of racial tension in the town. There's still a lot of racial tension in our town, and it just needs to go.
Tons of it.
There's racial tension around the world. Let's just be real. Is another reason why I'm making this video. So anyway, we were at the McDonald's, and it was me and my sister and Rudy. And did we have Landon yet, or was I pregnant?
You were pregnant, and no, it wasn't a bub that was with us. It was Travis.
I thought it was both of them because she was trying to figure out who belonged to who, and she kept staring.
And now
I'm pretty sure it was all of us. I want to say it was all of us. I was probably pregnant with Landon, and we had Di, and then who's clearly biracial, and then my sister who was all white, and my brother who was all black. And the way it sets, she was like, got her drink, and it's like a picture window, and then you can see out to the playground, and she was getting her drink, and she was like, and she just had this confused and disgusted look on her face, and it was kind of upsetting, actually, because I guess she couldn't figure out who belonged to who. And I mean, I guess that's a valid question, like when you're looking at somebody. I mean, not that it's anybody else's business, but I personally don't care if people look or ask questions. I feel like we combat ignorance that way. But it was just, that's the most I think we've encountered, other than some black women do not like me.
No.
My last job, the black woman did not like me because my husband is black. And they are older women, and I know older people on both sides, not just white. Oh, shocker there. Not just white people can be racist. Oh my gosh. How about that? Because we've encountered some of that. We're going to get some hate for that. And we don't care. The quality of this video sucked.
Right.
And then, all right, the last question is, do you miss Obama?
No.
I don't feel like he
didn't do anything.
He did not pave the way for us. Didn't.
We were married before. No. It was right when Obama took office.
But it still hasn't had no bearing.
But we were already dating for a year before Obama was in office.
And we would have gotten married regardless if Obama had been in office.
Oh, wait, no. We did get married before then. It was the same year, but we did. It was election year, but it was a few months before he got elected.
Yeah. But, yeah.
But no. So. I mean, I am not a person who particularly goes and hates Obama or anything like that.
But I don't feel like he contributed much. Yeah. The Lovings, though, the interracial couple, here in Virginia that had to go, the federal court case that went all the way up, and they are the reason why we are legal today, because they paved the way for us, and other interracial couples had paved the way for us, but I don't feel as though Obama's had much better.
No, I mean, for as good
So
of
you want to go get that baby
intentions,
real quick?
yeah, well, for as good as intentions as he might have had, I legit think that he might have went and made things a little worse.
Oh, snap. I think that's for a different video. Alright, so we're already at 15 minutes. Maybe we should just close this out.
Alright.
Alright, guys. Well, that's been our Q&A / I guess story time, and I'm sure that I'm going to wrap him into another video
Probably.
again soon. Alright, well, love, peace, and chicken grease, and we'll see you guys later. Bye!